Some of those drivers you just saw, they might be heading out of town for that Memorial Day weekend vacation. Maybe it'll last a few days, maybe a whole week. Either way, a lot of people always have plans for summer, where they're going to travel, all that. Talking about Memorial Day travel, summer travel, we have Orbit Senior Travel Editor Jeanenne Tornatore. Hey there, Jeanenne, how are you?
Good morning. I'm great, thanks.
All right, so that's either Disney World or Moscow behind you.
It's actually Disneyland.
Disneyland. Oh, okay.
Yes, this week is their big diamond celebration. So they're celebrating 60 years here at this resort. And they are launching 3 new nighttime spectaculars, a new nighttime parade, new fireworks, a new World of Color show. So lots going on here to kick off summer at Disneyland.
All right, we've been hearing the news that they're expecting this summer to be the biggest flying season that summer has ever seen. Where are people going?
Well, over Memorial Day weekend, our #1 book destination on Orbit's Las Vegas. That's followed by Cancun, New York City, Chicago, and Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic round out our top 5.
Yeah, I'll take all those. That sounds nice. So all right, now let's talk about, obviously, the places you just mentioned. They have big resorts, they have hotels. If people want to kind of get away from the buildings you're seeing here and they want to get into parks, things like that, what should they consider?
Sure. Well, I think #1, if you're trying to get away this weekend, very last minute, you want to look outside some of the city centers or where the action is going on to find the big deals. To give you a couple of examples, Miami Beach, #8 on our destination list for Memorial Day weekend. It's big for this holiday weekend, but to get the deals, stay in downtown Miami. You'll save 24% on your hotels versus right on the beach. If you're headed to somewhere like San Diego, staying in a place like Carlsbad, right outside the city, you'll save 19% versus right on the beach. So those outside areas will save you money. Also, using promotion codes is going to be big for this holiday weekend. Orbitz has one. Travel Happy will get you 20% off of hotels for the holiday weekend and throughout the summer if you book by the 24th.
So, Jeanenne, here's my mentality, though. If I did have this weekend off, I'd be thinking, I'm going to drive someplace because airfare by now, crazy expensive. People always talk about those last-minute deals. Do they really exist?
They do, you know, using kind of those strategies I mentioned for hotels in particular. If you're going to add airfare into the mix, you want to look at packages, combining your airfare and your hotel and booking them as a package. But you're right, this summer overall I think is going to be really big for road trips. It's predicted that gas prices are going to be at their lowest since 2005, so people are really going to be hitting the roads and taking advantage of the gas prices and the hotel deals along the way.
All right, folks in upstate New York, let's say they're willing to drive 4 to 6 hours. Any idea, so in the Northeast, that you'd recommend, you say, you know, you should really try this spot or these spots?
Well, you have the big ones like Niagara Falls. I also love Quebec City in Canada. That's not too far of a drive for folks in upstate New York, and it's a beautiful destination this time of year. Feels like you're in Europe, and so that's a beautiful getaway, and you can get great prices as you head into the early summer for Quebec City.
You know, that is a great recommendation. Montreal is the same way. I feel like when you go into old Montreal, you feel like you're, obviously you are in a different country, but Canada can sometimes feel like the same country, but really there, it feels like you just took a trip over to Paris or something like that.
It does, and you know, speaking of Paris, it is one of the big bargains for summer too. Airfares and hotels are down 16 and 18% for summer travel, and the dollar is so strong right now against a lot of the European currencies that Europe can be a fantastic bargain if you're thinking of heading over the pond this summer.
Hey, that is a great idea. How's the weather, by the way, in California these days?
It's really beautiful. Yesterday was 70 and sunny with a nice breeze. Typical California weather.
Yeah. All right, last question for you, Jeanenne. Big parades, if you're into that, where do you suggest we go?
Well, Washington, D.C. is always big for the big patriotic events. They have big Memorial Day parade, big concert there over the weekend. Lots of smaller events going on like that. Chicago's also a big one. They have a Memorial Day parade. They also have Bike the Drive, where they close down Lakeshore Drive and everyone takes to it on their bikes. And you're going to see lots of big firework displays in a lot of these places. Chicago, here at Disneyland, and a lot of the big cities around the country as well.
Jeanenne Tornatore, always a pleasure.
Same here. Good to talk to you.
Yep, safe travels. Bye.
Hi, Jeanine. It's good to talk to her. She's
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
She always is good. And every time I talk to her, she's the one who like makes me think about using up my vacation days.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
What am I holding on to them for?
I know.
Because I can't get away from you, Adam Chodak. I can't. I can't be without Adam. Hey, coming up next, a 21 piano orchestra. Sounds unique, right?
Right, it does.
But it's who is behind those keys that make this concert even more unique. Wait till you find out and how it benefits a great local organization.